Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Ins and Outs with Lynn and Liam. Hope you guys are all having a good Friday. How about you, Lynn? You just got your hair cut?
I got my first haircut since COVID. I'm having a great Friday.
Looks very beautiful. Show everybody your eyebrows.
Yeah, look at these eyebrows. They're perfect since I haven't gotten them done since my birthday in February.
They are very nice. They shape your eyes very well.
Thank you. It's a whole different look. Nobody agrees, but like the eyebrows.
I think it brings it out.
Thank you. And I don't look like I have a furrowed. I've been looking like this for like the last 6 months. I've been looking so furrowed.
Yeah, maybe I get some Botox to fix that. Or I guess eyebrow plucking is good too, I guess.
Clearly.
All right. So today we're going to start with my article. And my article is entitled, Hosting an Orgy? This 1970s Cookbook Has You Covered. And it's an article about this cookbook that was written in the 1970s by these two bachelors. And they say that you can, the cookbook is about how to feed 6-course meal to 10 to 30 guests in 1 hour for $1 or less, or for $1 or less a guest for an orgy or any other large party you might be throwing. The article does.
I like that it was cross-covered. It's like, this is for the orgy holder, or if you're just having people over.
Yeah, I mean, if you just want to have people over, I guess you could cook this stuff, but really it's for an orgy.
Yeah.
So the $1 recipes, or $1 per guest, it has inflated a bit, and now the author says it's about $10 a guest, but still pretty cheap.
Yeah, I like the idea that not only are they worried, not only do they want to have an orgy, but they want to have an orgy on a budget.
Yeah, I mean,
it's like, I want to have people over, I want to have group sex, I'd like to provide them with a nice meal, I'd like to pay $1 per person, please. Yeah,
I mean, think about it. Like, if we're doing $10 orgies, like right now, like, I have 10 people at my orgy, which I feel like isn't that big of an orgy. That's $100 I'm cashing out.
Yeah, that would be a lot. Although, for a nice sex party, I don't know. I spent more than that for my cheese board on my Christmas party.
Yeah. I like for New Year's Eve, I usually cook dinner with Jay for a group of us, and yeah, we spend a ton of money for that stuff.
And you don't have sex afterwards, I don't think.
I mean, not with everybody. So one of the things I really loved about this article and the book itself is that there are tons of awesome pictures in this recipe book. And I was able to find 3 online. So I'm going to try to see if I can share them. I don't usually share my screen with y'all, but I think you guys really need to see these pictures. So let me see if I can. There it is.
I hope you don't have any weird tabs open.
Nope. You can't see them anyways because it's just Word.
Oh.
But look at these awesome pictures. Like, me and Jay, we love old-timey 1970s cookbooks because they all have like these kind of like cartoon drawings in them. But these ones are truly some of the best I have ever seen.
Yeah, if you look at the top one, I think it's so funny because, so like this person, are they holding food above their head?
I think so. It's a little blurry, but yeah, I think they're holding like a platter of food above their head.
And then the other person's on their shoulder, so it's like sexual and getting food.
Yeah, it's literally like everything, like both of what you need. This other one though, with like the lady and the ball, I don't really know what that means.
Yeah, it's for like a beach dinner party. It's like
orgy
a
party.
theme. Yeah.
And then I was like, is it a ball or is it like a pumpkin or like some sort of like squashy food?
I mean, it looks like a beach ball, but why would you have a beach ball at a dinner party? You're right.
Exactly. But you would have pumpkins on people's butts at an orgy dinner party.
Yeah.
And this final one is just so cute because like it's like they had sex, they ate all their food, and now they're just tired and need a little nap.
Yeah, it looks like, what's the comic book starts with a D? Dilbert. It looks like a Dilbert.
It does kind of look like Dilbert. I feel like Dilbert probably came around in the 70s too.
Yeah, I mean, that's how you feel. I feel like after a group sex party, it's like, man, I really need a nap. And I need to eat these grapes that are on my stomach.
Hey, you ate a 6-course meal, which is a really big meal. Like, I don't know if you've ever eaten a 6-course meal, but it's a lot of food.
I don't actually think I have, huh?
And then you have a sex party afterwards, or maybe before. I wonder if do you think you'd have the orgy before the food or after the food?
If it's 6 courses, it would have to be after.
Or maybe like while eating. Like you do like a course, then you do some foreplay, then you do a course, then you move to like oral sex, then you do a course, and you move to like another kind of.
Yeah, it's a weird thing because I like after a group sex party, I don't think I would want to spend time with the people anymore. Right? Like I would want to like separate, especially if you were doing like interesting things. I would just need some like the last thing I want to do is have a 6-course meal with somebody I just did weird sex stuff with.
I mean, I guess it kind of depends on the environment. Like I feel like if I was like with 10 people and we were having an orgy, and then like afterwards everybody just kind of like sat down and like had some wine and ate dessert, I feel like maybe I'd do that.
Or fondue.
Or fondue, yeah. But I feel like fondue's not like I mean, maybe chocolate fondue is like a dessert.
Yeah, or you could do like cheese. In Europe, they eat cheese with dessert.
Yeah. So if it was something like that, we could have like a digestif, like Hennessy or something. It'd be delicious. I think it'd be really, really nice. It's like I think it would have to be like regularized, right? Like it wouldn't have to be this weird thing where like you just had an orgy and now you feel awkward and you have to leave. If everybody felt like comfortable about it, I feel like I also would feel comfortable about it.
Yeah, it also depends on how well you know the people.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, I don't want to eat 6 courses with many people. Like, I like you, Liam, but I'm not sure. No, we could talk for 6 courses.
Yeah, probably. Especially about the food. And, like if our partners were there too.
That's true. I also like that you can buy this cookbook online. Did you see that? It was like you might be able to find it on eBay for $60 to $100.
Yes, and I actually looked. Me and Jay. So Jay's actually my husband. Jay is the one who sent me this article.
Of course.
And he wants to buy this book because he loves old time food, like anything from the 50s, 60s, and 70s. He is just all about it. He has probably like 100 cookbooks from that time period, and so now he really wants this one. And it says you can find it online, but you really can't. Like I looked on Amazon, I looked on eBay, I looked on Thrift Reads, and they all had like copies, but there were no pictures of the copies. There was like no estimated delivery date. So I was like, I don't really know if this is real or not.
That would be a really good Christmas gift.
Yeah. Although me and Jay don't buy each other Christmas gifts, so.
Well, then who buys you gifts if you don't get one from your partner?
Me and my family, we do the Secret Santa. And then me and my extended family do like a gift exchange. And then sometimes Ali buys us a gift.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. Like one time Ali bought us an iPad, which was nice of him.
Yeah, I don't know where a dog gets that much money.
Me neither, but somehow he does, and he just buys us stuff. It's not every year. I think he saves up for it.
Yeah, or he steals it from like the couches.
He is a shifty dog, so I wouldn't put it past him.
I like that Jay likes old-timey food. I think 60s and 70s food is so good because it's like unhealthy, right? Like no understanding of like food groups or anything. I like tableside guacamole, like or like tableside Caesar salad, like it was really popular, right, in like the 60s or the 70s. I love it.
Oh yeah.
So maybe me and Jay are meant to be friends.
Definitely. I mean, this book actually talked about like one of the things they had was it's called a like a snowflake salad or something, and it had like cauliflower and stuff in it. It sounded really delicious.
Yeah, I hope you find it.
Me too. And so one of the things I liked about it is that this meal does integrated recipe systems where as you're cooking one thing, you're also cooking something else, or like while something's cooking, you're doing something else. So this thing like really walks you through it to keep it within that hour time period. And the author who did make some of these recipes said that she could not get it into that hour time period, but she did like how it was set up. So like you might make like shrimp scampi, but then with like the peeled shrimp, you might boil it into a broth and make something with that broth too.
Yeah. I mean, it is hard to have a dinner party and time your meals, right? Oh, yeah. Especially if you were like trying to time it with BJ's and stuff, like that would be a lot. So yeah, I hope you find this book. You should see if the Rare Bookstore has it.
I was going to just call some people and be like, yo, any of y'all got this? Because I really need it.
Or like, hey, if you come across this, could you give me a call? And then in like 3 years, you'll get a call.
Yeah. Just like, keep my number. I haven't changed it since I was in high school, so it's just going to stay the same forever. I'll always answer for you.
I'll always answer for you.
Another thing I really liked about this one is like they describe the combination of sex and food as natural as lungs and oxygen. Because of the tremendous influence our sensory powers have on our sexual and amatory desires, there's no question that a well-prepared meal of subtle seasoned food will greatly add to the heightening of those desires. I was like, this is such like a beautifully written book.
Yeah, but it's actually not accurate though. Like lungs and air is different than sex and food.
Are you sure?
You like your lungs' sole purpose is to take in. Yeah, I guess it's a good metaphor.
Your lungs' sole purpose is in air.
And
Food's
like
sole purpose is to make you horny.
your body's sole purpose or food's sole purpose is to fuel sex. I guess maybe.
Yeah. Or like make you horny.
Yeah.
And I think, you need food for subsistence, and all animals are created to reproduce. So you need fuel to reproduce.
I would be curious to see if like how it's laid out and whether there are like themes like for different types of party. Like I like a theme party, and so you could do like a themed sex cooking party.
Yeah, so there's 7 different 6-course meals you can make in the book. But I don't know if they were like themed at all. They said like it was a mix of Mediterranean and 1970s cuisine, which Mediterranean was like really big in the 1970s, especially in Southern California. So it's not that big of a deal or big of a surprise. But yeah, I don't know if there's like actual like, what is it, like 40 nights or whatever, that Arabian, like whatever Arabian is, there's like an Arabian party.
Yeah. Well, I hope you find the book.
Me too. I really, really would love to host maybe not an orgy, but an orgy-themed party.
Oh, yeah.
Like Eyes
Or
Wide Shut party.
you could make a sexual dinner party with all the courses related to sex, like with sausages or what's something that looks like nipples. You could do meatballs. Like you could just do a real theme of sex.
Cantaloupe for boobs.
Yeah. See, this is a good idea.
Jay also sent me the other day this video of this person who makes food, but makes it like really sexualized. So like he cuts open like chicken, and then it looks like a vulva, and like then he'll like stuff it, but he'll stuff like really sensually, like he's like masturbating a vagina. It's a very weird YouTube channel.
Not related. Have you seen the videos of cakes that don't look like cakes and you don't realize they're cakes until you cut them open?
Yeah, like the everything's a cake thing.
Yeah, I love those. I'm like, oh my God, it's a cake.
Yeah, so I'm like on my Instagram for a while, and then like all of a sudden everybody was like, what is this everything's a cake thing?
One of our coworkers posted a picture of a cake she had the other day, and I actually thought it looked like a steak. And so I thought it was a cake that was supposed to look like a steak, but it was just like a cake. But that's because I watched so many videos where the cake's not, or where the thing's not actually a cake. So I got really confused by this picture. I'm like, oh, it's actually a cake.
Gotcha. It's supposed to look like a cake too. It just looks like a steak by accident.
Yes, so weird. Do you have anything else to add about orgies?
Do you want to hear about what they made? Some of the good stuff they made?
Yes.
So she said the coffee zucchini was really delicious, and this was like a zucchini pilaf, which is like a rice dish, with instant coffee mixed into it to give it a coffee flavor, which she said was weird but tasted delicious. The overstuffed mushrooms. What?
The texture seems weird on instant coffee, like the granularness.
Yeah, you would think, but I wonder, like maybe like you dissolve it or something like in the liquid while you're cooking the pilaf.
Oh.
The overstuffed mushrooms, which who doesn't love stuffed mushrooms, right?
I've never had a mushroom in my life.
Really? Oh yeah, last night for dinner I had a mushroom salad. It was delicious.
Oh, I just know I wouldn't like it.
Why?
No, thank you. I don't try new things.
I mean, isn't everything new until you try it?
If I've already tried it, it's not new. I just, no, thank you. Anyway, continue.
Mushrooms are one of the only foods that have natural vitamin D in it, so you can get vitamin D not from the sunlight by eating mushrooms.
You can also get it from the sun, though.
You can also get it from the sun, but the sun causes cancer, and mushrooms do not.
That's true.
So anyways, they had other some mushrooms, which sound delicious, and then they had the snowflake salad, which I was talking about, which was as quoted by the writer, brilliantly simple chilled cauliflower dish that I will definitely make again.
I mean, I like all cauliflower dishes.
Yeah, right. Cauliflower rice is delicious. Cauliflower like pizza crusts are delicious. I do cauliflower curry all the time. Like instead of rice, I'll just like do chunks of like cauliflower roasted.
Cauliflower just dipped in anything is also very good.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of raw cauliflower. Jay loves raw cauliflower, but I'm not a huge fan of raw cauliflower.
One of my favorite vegetables.
I mean, as long as you have favorite vegetables that you eat, that's what's important.
Yeah, that's true.
Anything else you want to talk about?
No, but I was going to ask you where you found it, and now that you tell me that Jay found this article, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
He's just so odd. I love everything about it. He's just so odd. He's so wholeheartedly himself. Of course, he read this about this cookbook.
Oh, definitely. He is very himself, and he often says like he hasn't changed much since he was like a teenager, and like he's just always been the same person.
Yeah, I like that.
Definitely.
So my article is not as funny, but it's not funny at all, but it's like we can have fun talking about it. It's
funny in like how absurd people are being.
Yeah, that's what's funny about it. So it's from Teen Vogue, and Teen Vogue posts some really good, like, do you agree Teen Vogue actually has some like good positions on things?
Yeah, definitely. Teen Vogue has like really great positions on different things.
Yeah, and so it is about WAP, the Megan Thee Stallion Cardi B song, and it's called WAP Reaction Shows How Threatened Men Actually Are by Female Sexuality. And so you've seen the WAP video. I've seen the WAP video probably 50 times at this point. And so it goes through, so the WAP video, anybody who hasn't seen it, you should watch it, but it is a little graphic, and so don't watch it like at work or something, unless you have our job, and then you can watch it at work.
Right, just put some headphones in, whatever.
Yeah, and make sure like your computer is not facing somebody who might report you. But so the WAP video is, WAP stands for wet ass pussy. And, but if you read if you listen to the edited version, it's, what is it, wet and gushy? Wet and
gushy. So it'd be more like wag than WAP.
Yeah, I think wet and gushy is actually more graphic than wet ass pussy.
Yeah.
Like the word gushy, just like it has a visual of like what this vagina looks like.
Yeah, gushy and like moist are two words that kind of like visualize things for you.
Yeah. And so it basically addresses that there's like been all these dudes on the internet who are just like losing it, including Ben Shapiro, who I didn't know who Ben Shapiro was until I've seen his podcast, the picture, and I was always like, oh, this guy, I don't want to listen to him. I hear he's a douche. And then I heard his voice, and I hadn't heard his voice. I've seen his picture, but I hadn't heard him. And I was like, that's what he sounds like? Because his picture looks so firm and like, you know, and he sounds like a loser. Sorry, Ben. No, not sorry, Ben Shapiro.
Not sorry. F Ben Shapiro. He is a loser.
Yeah. And so he basically did a video where he read the lyrics and like shamed them for saying those things. But then also was like, my wife, who's a doctor, says that if you have a vagina that needs a bucket and a mop, you might have bacterial vaginosis, which is like, that's not even funny or clever. Can we agree? Like, yeah. oh, if you have fluid, maybe you should go to the doctor. Yeah, that's like, you're not clever. I could have thought of that, and I'm not clever.
And like, literally, I cannot think of any STI that would make your vagina like wetter, right? Like, you might have a discharge, but that discharge is way different than like the juices that your vagina is making.
Yeah, and you wouldn't have so much discharge that you needed a bucket and a mop.
Yeah.
Also, there's something in the universe called like, like literary devices. So like, let's all understand that Cardi B did not literally mean she needed a bucket and a mop. She was using like a metaphor or like some sort of elaborate statement to like prove a point of how wet her vagina was.
Well, and Ben Shapiro has used literary devices many times in this podcast when he makes fun of trans women, or when he said something about like some NBA player who's black that like he would have been able to win the game better if he hadn't been up all night drinking Kool-Aid or something. Like something like crazy racist. And he's like, oh, it's just like literary. F you. I hate Ben Shapiro.
Yeah, no, he's the worst. And I was shocked I got to avoid him for so long, but now he's in my life because I love Megan Thee Stallion. Do you know this about me?
No, actually I didn't. I never knew who Megan Thee Stallion was until this video.
She's my favorite artist. I like listening to Megan all the time. Like I'll just be in the shower and my husband will hear like the intro drum beat or whatever the beat is to a song, and he's like, "Oh, Lynn's listening to Megan Thee Stallion again." Like he knows it by heart, like from a distance.
Yeah.
And so like this song is a jam. Like this woman, she's going to have some interesting sex with you. She's going to tell you what she wants. Like we should be celebrating the fact that like she's teaching people to like say exactly what they want.
Oh yeah. Which is what we always teach people to say, right?
Right. She's clearly having a good time. Her vagina is so wet and she's communicating it. I love it.
One thing I didn't get about one of the complaints is like people were making fun of like Kylie Jenner being in the video. And I was like, who cares? Like, why? What does this have to do with anything?
Well, and like I personally don't like Kylie Jenner, but like Cardi B and Megan like her, right? It's not my video. I didn't make it. I'm not going to tell somebody how to make their video. Like they make their video. If I ever come up with a good idea for a song, I'll make my video. And like, mind your own beeswax.
Yeah.
She did seem a little out of place, right? Like she didn't do anything. At least like Normani did like that really awesome split. And the person from Love and Basketball had some moves. Kylie did just stand there and walk.
So I actually had I didn't recognize, I don't know Kylie Jenner. I have no idea what she looks like. So I didn't even recognize her in the video. And the other two people you just mentioned, I have no idea who they are either. So I thought all these people were just backup dancers.
No, Normani was in Fifth Harmony.
Oh, really? I know Fifth Harmony, but I guess I just don't know her.
And she's got a really good song called Motivation, which is on my running playlist, and it is a bop.
Nice.
I also like, so CeeLo Green got in on this. Did you see this?
Yes.
Like, CeeLo, you literally have music. Like, his song says F you.
Yes.
Isn't that the song?
He also has a song called Closet Freak. And in another song, I Googled CeeLo and all the song lyrics because I was like, I know he says some like messed up stuff in his songs. In one of his songs, he says, "Just tell me where I'll meet you, and I don't really want any food. It's too late, so I guess I'll just eat you." Like,
I personally like that, but like
yeah,
you can't say that and shame these two wonderful human beings.
exactly. Yeah, the point isn't that his lyrics are like grotesque or something, and their lyrics are grotesque. It's that you're saying like this similar stuff in your videos, but for some reason you think it's not okay when a woman says the same things in her videos and takes like control of her sexuality.
He also he was accused of drugging a woman. Do you know this? He pled guilty to it. He pled guilty to using drugs or alcohol, I can't remember which one, to get a woman to have sex with him.
Well, I mean, at least he didn't like write a whole song about it like that other guy did.
What song is that?
I forgot his name, but there's like a lyric in his song where it's like, I drop a Molly in her drink and she doesn't even notice.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's not complete about that.
I also think it's really interesting. The article talks about like the history of like shaming women. Mm-hmm. And like, so like there's Adam and Eve, obviously, like Eve makes the bad choice and whatever. But I didn't realize during the Salem witch trials, promiscuity or like being a little slutty was like a sign that you might have been a witch.
Oh, yeah.
I had no idea.
one of the theories about the Salem witch trials is that like part of it was like some dude finding this girl attractive, and then his wife being like, oh, she must have witchcraft him into thinking that she's hot. And it's like, no, your husband's just a dude who finds young girls attractive because that's much more normal, right, than a witch.
Witchcraft.
Witchcraft. One thing I did like when they were talking about like the history of like different things that happened, they talked about Lil' Kim's song "Suck My Dick," which I don't know if you know this about me. I could rap that entire song just straight up.
Really? I love Lil' Kim.
Love Lil' Kim. Me and my friends used to like jam out to her on the way to the club. And that song, not just a song, a lot of her songs are very like sexual and empowering for like sexual reasons.
Well, then you would really like Megan Thee Stallion because she's literally like the 2020 version of Lil' Kim.
Would you ever hear Cupcake?
Yeah, I know Cupcake.
Cupcake also has some very explicit songs that I just love. They're just like beautiful. And like the lyrical schemes of them, like the way they're able to like talk about these like sexual desires and like these just like really amazing ways. I just find it like so comforting.
I mean, I could see why people wouldn't want music like this on the radio, right? Like children in the car or whatever, but to like be mad at a video or like to suggest that like it is ruining America, like people should talk to people about sex and like have good, I've talked to so many teenagers about WAP in the last week. It's just like a good intro to like talk about sex, right? Because it's so colorful. It's interesting. It's written like in a way that is like not boring, so teenagers want to talk about it. Like it is, every sex educator should know WAP like front and back. Like the other day a kid said the first line, not the first line, is it? They were like, oh, certified freak, and I was just like 7 days a week, and they thought it was so funny, but then they knew that like I was able to talk about it, and then we talked about what having a wet vagina means.
Yeah, and I often try to like stay like kind of up to date on like music and stuff like that, especially like music that the kids listen to, what the kids nowadays listen to. But because like I like to add it into my education, right? Like there used to be a song about like eating the booty like groceries, and so like I would always
Marianne, I love that song.
And so I always try to like keep somewhat up to date so I can like use these sexual lyrics to bridge gaps. And we even like when I teach parents about talking to their kids about sex, I encourage parents to do the same thing. I'm like, if you're listening to a song in the car, talk to your kid about like some of these weird lyrics that are in this song.
Yeah. And also, we just need to talk about like the fact that we're just shaming Black women for being like sexual. Like people can sexualize Black women, but they can't like own their own sexuality. You know what I mean? Like, why these women are tough and they're like assertive and they're in control of their own life. But if white people do it, it's perfectly fine, right? Like the article talks about Lady Gaga. Mm-hmm. I do like Gaga, although she has some problematic things. She was hanging out with R. Kelly. But they were like, Lady Gaga was talking about like riding somebody's penis, right? Like, do you like how I said that?
I do.
Riding somebody's penis.
So with that, like I read that same part of the article, right, where like they're talking about like her like disco stick song stuff. And yes, it was like what's that word, like a metaphor, right, for having sex? But this song is not a metaphor, right?
I'm trying to think of the rest of the lyrics.
For what?
For the Lady Gaga song.
Oh, I mean, Lady Gaga sounds like...
oh, you mean this song is not a metaphor? No,
yeah,
this is explicit.
This song is not a metaphor. It is straightforward. She's like, I want you to hit that dangly thing in the back of my throat. Like, she is not metaphoring anything.
Although, having the edited version, I was listening to it, I think, on the radio or maybe at work, and the edited version, like, edits part of the dangly part lyric.
Really?
And I was just like, what is, like... Why the dangly part? That's got nothing to do with sex unless you know that it's a penis hitting the dangly part.
Yeah.
There's also some articles on the internet about what the dangly part is called and like what its purpose is. So I really like that like now there's some education going on about like anatomy. Like maybe now people will learn more about what that, like I don't know what it is, but I'll click the link if I see it again.
I feel like I used to know what it was called, and now I can't think of it.
I have no idea. I'll send it to you if I find it.
I do also love like there's like tons of funny memes coming out, or like videos coming out. Like Jay sent me one of like the thing in your back of your throat like screaming or like giving like weird eyes. Or like there's a bunch of like about Ben Shapiro and his wife, which little like maybe we should make fun of Ben Shapiro and his wife, even though he's a total douche. But they're hilarious. Like I'm just dying of them. And then this morning on the Daily Show, well, I guess last night on the Daily Show, but I watched it this morning. Trevor Noah was talking to I forgot her name, something Salome, and she got in contact with a friend of hers who is like a famous country music singer, and the country music singer sang the song as a country song, like a folk country song, just to see if people would find it as offensive if it was coming from like a different style of music or if it was coming from like a white woman.
I'm sure they won't. I'm sure they'll think it's great. Yeah.
So when, like,
right, because they're just offended because it's Black women who are like owning their own sexuality. That's what's most offensive. And women in general, but specifically Black women.
Yeah. I mean, like all women, right, are shamed for like expressing their sexuality. You're either like too slutty or too prude. You're either just, you're not showing too much or you're not showing enough. But Black women especially, right, like just as continuously cultural from being like, like raped as slaves, and we like talked about it in this like non-rape way, but it definitely was rape. All the way through to nowadays.
I would recommend that you listen to more Megan Thee Stallion.
I would definitely check her out.
She I'm telling you, this woman is like, if I am having a bad day, if I need like to feel like powerful, she is a tough, and she's going to school to be like a nursing home administrator. So like, she is so smart, and she like likes anime, and she's like so interesting. She's like a well-rounded human being, and she also is a hot babe.
She is really pretty, yeah.
Yeah. There's one song and a line in another song, and it's like the line is, "I'm gonna play with that dick in the car," and it's like, that's so straightforward. It's like, hey, I think you're really sexy, and guess what? On the way home, I am going to rub your dick while you drive. Like, that's the way it's supposed to be, right? Like,
we've all been there.
I'm going to do this. Is that okay? Yeah, that sounds good. I just think it's so consensual in conversation.
Definitely.
Love her.
Can't wait to listen to her.
And so a few weeks ago, the last thing. So, 6 weeks ago, 8 weeks ago, we talked about Harry Styles, right?
Yeah.
And his video, and nobody was outraged over that video, even though that video was literally like a group sex party at a beach.
Yes.
Right? It's inferred that after that video got shot, they are all going to touch each other's genitals. And nobody got mad because there's white people rubbing on each other. But it was graphic. Do you remember the video?
Yeah, it was really graphic.
Yeah, again, it was like so inferred.
I don't think that like the Cardi B video was very graphic. The lyrics though are like.
The video is graphic. There's like nipples that like have water shooting out of them.
Yeah, but like I don't know. I feel like I don't think people are as mad about the video as they are about the lyrics behind the video. Like, and I think that's the difference. Is that like the song is like very like explicitly specific, which I love. I think like Little Kim does it, Cupcake does it. But
do you know Saweetie? Do you know Saweetie? Do you know this woman, Saweetie?
No.
She has a song. It's actually on the radio, which I find so funny. It's about how she wants to date a rich man with an 8-inch penis, and it's like the chorus is like, 8 inches. That's good pipe, and it's like rich. It's just like the most graphic thing, and it's on the radio at like 9 a.m. on your drive to work, and I'm just like, this is awesome, but it's all blurred, so you can't really tell what she's saying. Yes. That's the only problem I have with this song. Like, you can't play it on the radio.
No, yeah, like, where are you going to play it?
But they do play it, but like, you can't, like, that's my real only complaint, that it has to be edited too much.
Yeah. So what is it, wet and gushy?
Wet and gushy. It'd be better to just say wet as pussy. Let's be real.
Yeah, just, kids got to learn these words eventually anyways.
Well, and then you could talk to them. There's like some, like you could teach like good English in this. Like there's some metaphor. Like this could be a real a learning opportunity for people.
Yeah. I think we
That's what
often
I would do.
try
If
to,
I taught English, I would unpack this in my class maybe. And then I would be fired.
right? You're like, today we're gonna, in poem class, we're gonna talk about WAP.
And then they're like, oh, what happened to our teacher? And they were like, she didn't have tenure. She got let go.
Right? She's not unionized.
Not yet. Any other thoughts about this?
No, just I love it. And everybody I've talked to loves it. Like one of our coworkers is telling me she listens to it like twice a day. I sent Jay like tons of. I sent him like a video of like Princess Peach and this other princess from Mario dancing to this song,
Oh.
the country music version. I love it. I love how much it's blowing up. I love how much people hate it.
My sister actually texted me at 3:29 today that said, is it weird that thinking WAP is a really empowering song? Question mark. And I'm like, well, first off, Bernice, you're late to the party,
Right?
but you're not weird.
Everybody
But I like that she just heard this song today. Sorry, Bernice. You're cool, I swear. But I'm going to send you a Megan Thee Stallion playlist.
Definitely, I will listen to it.
I'm also just so excited. Okay, last thing. The hair and the clothes in this video, like I'm the part of the 90s that's coming back is so good now. It's like interesting colors and like the updos and stuff. Like, man, if there wasn't COVID, the fall would be so cool looking.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so sad. Like so many great songs came out this summer, and like I just feel like I haven't jammed out to them as much as I could because like I haven't gone to any parties. I haven't like driven anywhere. Jay was actually talking about it. Like several artists he loves like came out with CDs, and he's like, I didn't even realize they came out with CDs because I just haven't been doing anything.
Yeah. You need to get a spouse that is obsessed with keep writing things down because Pat tracks that kind of stuff. He's got some real behaviors. It's very interesting.
I mean, that's why you like him.
That is why I like them. Anyway, wet vaginas are good, right? It means you're feeling sexy.
Definitely, yeah. Women don't have STIs if their vaginas are wet. It's they're feeling very aroused and they're producing a lot of fluids so that their vagina can use it for sex or any.
And if they're not wet and gushy, then that is a time to think about how you could help them become wet and gushy.
Yeah, maybe some foreplay, touching their erogenous zones, all really important things.
Lubricants.
Lubricant. If you need lubricant, come to Planned Parenthood.
Yeah.
Or shoot us an email, because right now with COVID, it's a little hard to get condoms and lube at Planned Parenthood. But shoot us an email. I had a woman I work with, she sent me an email because she works with youth and she needed some condoms, and so I got her some condoms today.
Oh, I just had a condom delivery yesterday. I'm fully stocked.
Fully stocked with those condoms. With your fake magnums.
Now I have real magnums.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Can we just talk again just how nice these eyebrows look?
They're so nice. My eyebrows are not. They're just like regular old eyebrows.
You should get your eyebrows done.
No. I'm just not like that kind of guy.
I just got an iPhone.
I don't want like I don't want your eyebrows look very beautiful for like a woman, but I don't want like lady eyes.
Okay, that's fair. I'm gonna take so many selfies with my iPhone 11 portrait mode now that I have an iPhone 11. So wait till you see my Instagram.
Your Instagram's gonna be blown up with these eyebrow shots.
That was actually, that was when I said wait till you, do you know the Yang Yang Twin song?
Yeah.
The Whisper song?
Yeah.
And it says wait till you see my, I've had that song stuck in my head all week. And so I was just like, wait till you see my Instagram. And that's an example. They literally said, wait till you see my penis, and nobody cared.
Yeah. Oh, wait, or they have another song where it's like, she has her hands up on her knees and something on sides. She likes to twerk it. I know she likes to ride.
I love sexual songs.
Me too. I like most.
Megan Thee Stallion. I like the City Girls. You ever listen to City Girls?
No.
They're tougher than Megan Thee Stallion. They like they're tough. They're like when you want to beat somebody up, you put on the City Girls.
Yeah.
Okay, I hope everybody smashes that subscribe button.
Hit the likes.
I'll see you next week, Liam.
Yep, definitely. I'll see you next week.
See you. Bye.
Bye.